1,300 years ago, a young man in his late 20s started his legendary journey. He traveled 3 years and near 5,000 miles to the west to bring back the Buddhist wisdom about the human condition. His story grew through time and became one of the great myths of Chinese culture. Journey to the West. 1,300 years later, a group of young people from Brimmer and May started their own journey. They traveled 10 days and over 7,000 miles to the east in hopes to learn from the 1,000-years-old Chinese culture. Luckily, their story doesn't need to wait for folk storytellers. Our cameras brought back the full journey to the east. China, an Oriental country with long and mysterious history. What is it like exactly? The country of Panda, Great Wall, Red Temples, Kung Fu, or the picture writing, delicious yet strange foods? Well, the young travelers are about to find out. Protected by Cheng Mountain in the north and nourished by the source of Yellow and Yangtze rivers, in the southwest China, there is a mysterious land called Chengdu Plain, hundreds of miles away from the eastern China, where human beings spent over 5,000 years to grow the flourishing civilization. It is now the last home to strange and wonderful creatures like wild giant panda. After a 15-hour-long flight, the young students in Brimmer and May arrived at the ancient city of Dujiangyan as the very first stop to start their journey in this oldest continuous state on Earth. It seems the young travelers managed to find their true love in the whole journey on the very first day. Bubble tea, interesting enough, also a world traveler with centuries of history. Dujiangyan base of China Giant Panda Protection and Research Center sits very close to the conservation area of wild giant pandas habitat. Different from its peer organizations, which dedicate to the nature breed of pandas, this base is the only research body in China that focuses on the prevention of illness and field rescue for pandas. Decades of hard work with improving attitudes toward panda conservation brings hope to China's 1,800 remaining wild giant pandas.
Hey, she's crazy. Hey.
Everybody, 早上好. How are you today? How is it going? Good or perfect? 好, right? Good. So today we are going to see the pandas. Before we see the pandas, we will do some cleaning work and trick the bamboo stick for pandas as panda food. Talking about the pandas, firstly I want to say pandas had been living on the earth for 8 million years. This is not I'm doing nonsense. According to the archaeological discovery, has shown pandas had been living on the earth for 8 million years. So talking about the pandas, it's just like kind of a living fossils, 活化石 in Chinese. Today is the first day. You are going to have an exciting day. I hope everybody enjoy your day here at Panda Base.
The young travelers experience this sacred job, however, starting from a not-so-sacred one, cleaning panda poops. They change their clothes into a special suit that the true staff will wears.
So you wear an overall. How do you wear? You put like 1 feet here, 1 feet in here, and then you hook it in. I feel like, do you think this is too big? Comment down below, subscribe, like, and let me know if you think this is big. Or if I need another size. But I feel like this is perfect. This is perfect. This is definitely perfect.
Register themselves. After watching a documentary film of pandas, and get started.
Brimmer and May China Winterim is very happy to present the donation to Zhujiangyan Panda Center to adopt the panda Brimmer.
Sit over there.
Brimmer, come here. Don't live. Really?
This is Brimmer, a panda that Brimmer and May School adopted. A Chinese name, Nian Nian, has been given by the staff here. Nian in Chinese means remember and miss. This name carrying the deep love and concerns from the lovely people on the other end across the world.
Boom goes the dynamite.
If you had 1 year to eat this entire tray for $100 million, would you do it?
Yeah.
Get this camera guy. And all that. Sorry, I stepped on that.
Lucky for them, the black and white fluffy animals make this job quite easier and a lot more interesting than it sounds. It seems that people are correct by saying appearance is power these days. One of the reasons why pandas became an endangered species is their very specific diet, bamboo. To feed these long and thin stick-like plants to pandas, young students from Brimmer and May have to break them into smaller pieces by throwing them hard on the ground.
What are you doing? Excellent. You're doing well. I heard that. You need help? Oh, you got it. I got it. All right. 1, 2.
Alex, you're very industrious.
Hard works are always rewarding. The next job can really light up their day, feeding pandas.
Wait, you're gonna slow down, buddy, because that's not good for you.
Pandas do enjoy a very nice life here in the center. After the main course, the young travelers start to prepare their snacks, panda cake.
10 mils. We're actually on spending racks. Are we serious? Okay, guys, please look at the
Guys, another picture.
We usually make panda cake and rice powder.
It is made of corns, soybeans, rice, and eggs.
Do it, just do it in like 3 seconds. This is making me like 50 racks. Mr. Vaughn, you're spending racks at the Are you spending bands at the supermarket? That looks good.
I believe these snacks with creative shapes can certainly give the pandas a taste of love. Waving goodbye to the cute living fossils with full bellies, the young students finished their first day job at the center. They are now heading to Pujiao Temple, an ancient Buddhist temple that was built in Cheng Dynasty nearly 400 years ago. The Buddha enshrined and worshipped the Pujiao Temple is Avalokiteshvara, in Chinese, Guanyang. It is known as the goddess of mercy in the English world. Buddhism in China has a much longer history. It was brought in by 2 officials in the time of Emperor Cheng, of Emperor Ming of Han Dynasty over 1,900 years ago. Through the years, the Buddha, an Indian man, slowly became the foreigner who most fascinated the Chinese people throughout the whole history. When it came to Cheng Dynasty, the last feudal dynasty on the land of China, Buddhism is said to have grown past its peak time in Tang long ago and has declined to its very down point. Although Pujiao Temple didn't seem to have successfully blessed the dynasty nor Buddhism for continuous prosperity, it does leave a very impressive legacy of Chinese Buddhist architecture and, more importantly, a unique close experience of Buddhism and some interesting souvenirs from the young Western travelers.
So this is for Chinese people that believe Buddhas. This is the place they're coming. For Buddhism, as all of you guys know, it's traveled to China or introduced to China, obviously from India through the Silk Road. So if you see the figure here, let's give you example very first few monks, they travel from India through the Silk Road all the way to China. They via Heshi Corridor, and that's the very first place Chinese governments at that time, they say, oh, that's China at that time still like all about Confucianism. So the monk, he's very similar like this guy, trapped in Heshi Corridor, the city called Wuwei, for 17 years.
Oh my goodness, that's good God. That was the first time I've seen birds. Kristen.
People say not eating human food in Chinese to describe a person who lives like a mortal. Well, that is obviously not the interest of the young students. After a day of exciting experience with cute animals, all they want now is the legendary Sichuan food. This little noodle house beside their hotel is a wonderful place to have a taste of various Chinese snacks. The young travelers are about to get very full. Done with snacks, the group rushed into the Walmart. And were fascinated by all the strange things packed in Chinese characters. But we can magically tell what is good and what is probably not from the shape only.
It's vitamin C candy. Like the chewy one.
Oh my God.
Got me?
Yes.
Bro, what are some of these flavors?
Roasted
chicken.
The day ends in the trip to Walmart with an exotic taste. It is the second day that the young students work at the Panda Center. It starts with the same job as yesterday, cleaning panda poops and feeding these cute animals.
It's a good experience so far. I mean, we really have only been here in like the hotel and just like a little bit around the hotel, but so far I'm really enjoying it. Love it because I don't travel like at all, and this is crazy. This is something new, something out of my comfort zone. Love it. Brimmer, he's so cute. Probably seeing the pandas because they're my favorite animal, and I've seen them once before in Washington D.C. But like seeing them like everywhere I turn, it's crazy. It's a lot different than like the American version of Chinese food. There's this, what's the chicken dish with the nuts, the peanuts? It's so good. I don't know what it's called, but love it so much. I could eat that for the rest of my life.
All right, so 2 each group. That means we need 6 people to be panda poop searching.
I'll volunteer.
You volunteer? Can I have? Yeah, come on.
所以先去倒掉。外面那个小的粪桶哈，就是装屎的。
我先倒吧。
你们
Guys, let's take those bamboos out and then we down.
We cleaned the pandas, we fed them, we made little cakes for them, we broke some bamboo. What else? We watched a documentary on pandas. Oh, I thought it was really good. I think that we got here, we got right to the pandas, we started working. It's been really fun. Yes, I love pandas. I think they're really cool animals. People don't really talk about them that much, so being here and learning about them is really cool. I think just being here and like learning about like how they get all the pandas and are trying to like make the population bigger is really cool. It's really impressive, the whole organization. I love Chinese food. I thought I wouldn't like it as much as I did, but I got here and it's so good. Watch out.
I feel really good. I love pandas and I've always loved pandas, and just working with pandas is just amazing. Just to be in China is another thing. It's just amazing. I've always wanted to be here around it. I have fed panda. I have split bamboo. I have sweeped poop. Collected bamboo. I think the favorite thing I have done out of all of those is probably splitting the bamboo. Feeding the panda. I love feeding the panda. That was like my favorite part about this whole trip. I love Chinese food. It's amazing. It was really tasty. I love spicy food. Spicy food's amazing. I love it. I thought that I wasn't gonna be seeing many pandas in the area here. Like I knew I was gonna be helping pandas and feeding pandas and everything like that, but I didn't think I was gonna see as many pandas as I did. And I thought they're gonna be like what you would see, or what you would consider a bear, like a black bear or a brown bear. How they're wild and very more like predators. I would say the pandas are more quiet and more peaceful. And I didn't expect that. I thought that was really cool.
We don't have individual.
Hey, 我们俩翻译。哎！Oh, come on!
Observation records. Take this series because they use this after you fill on of record. This is they're going to use this as analyze the panda, whether they're active, whether they're healthy or not. Does that make sense? So the way we do is, just a second. So it's going to be 30 minutes of observation, and each accountable behave. Like say this behave is accountable. That means this behave lasting at least 1 minute. Does that make sense? If panda like understand do something else, walking, so for this one, maybe stretching not countable because he's not stretching for one.
Now it is time for more challenge work. Observe panda behaviors and make a record. It may seem to be boring, but it is how staff here can monitor pandas' behaviors and find out about any abnormal situation in the first place.
Rock. Alright, so for when minute 3 comes, you just write.
Yeah, well.
Same thing.
7's walking. Yeah.
Oh, big boy. Oh, he's getting water.
I think he's straight up sleeping. Or not too much.
We did it all in the morning.
Yeah.
Hi.
Huh? Yeah.
Good.
18.
How do you spell it?
Y-A.
Yajing.
Xing.
The X is like an S-Y.
Xing.
I'm very tired actually. Lately I've been sleeping for like 4 hours. I would sleep at 8 and I would wake up at 12 and then I would sleep again around 3 and then I would wake up around 5 and I had to get ready. And every time I'm in the bus, I would just try to sleep with one of my friends. It's been really tiring, but it's a really good experience. This is my first time in China. I love being in China. It's a really great experience. And I've never seen a panda before, so this is my first time. And I've never fed one, and I was so happy when I fed a panda yesterday. I do love pandas. This is my first time seeing them, and they're really cute. I mean, if I was to be a spirit animal, I would want to be a panda because all they do is eat and someone cleaning after them. Well, I love the food. The food is amazing. I love the food. We went, we went to Walmart last night. I tried bubble tea. I just enjoyed the hotel, staying in the hotel for a free time, working with the pandas and hanging out with my friends and making memories with them. Oh, I also loved the temple yesterday. It was amazing. You want to see the bracelet that I got? This bracelet means that it's good health, wealth, it brings you wealth, and it also protects you from danger. What I'm looking forward to is to go to the Great Wall of China along to play scavenger hunt in Forbidden City and just take pictures and make memories with my friends because I know they will last long.
A special meal is waiting for the young panda observers. It is hosted by the very local farmhouse. The food doesn't appear to be quite eye-catching, but judging from the speed that place got emptied, they must be very delicious.
Thank you so much for watching our YouTube channels. Comment, comment, subscribe, like, and for our next video, we will tell you how to use chopsticks. So okay, welcome to our new video. This is Kelly, Sarah, Ni hao. I'm Marianne, Ni hao. Katarina, Ni hao. Molly McHugh, Ni hao. Michelle, Michelle.
She's not going to say anything.
All right, April. Oh, she's flexing with her AirPods. Oh! This is John. This is John, and this is Sayina. And so for today, we will be teaching you how to use chopsticks. So let me give you the floor. Michelle, tell them how to use chopsticks. Michelle and April, tell them how to use chopsticks. Oh no. Alright, April, let the viewers know. Look at this. Let the fans know. Hey! Come on, Michelle! Hey! Oh, we get two. No, we don't. Oh, no. This is very delicious right here. This is, I believe, is chicken tender. Hen haucher. This is okay, this is chicken tenders. Let me try it for you. Let's do it for the mic. You guys, give me the cheers. Ready? Cheers. Okay, someone grab something. Cheers. So, how to use chopstick? I can't say because I don't know how to use chopstick, but this is how I use it, right? I just you're right. Yeah. Pause.
I'm having a little bit of difficulty with the rice. Sometimes you only get 1 gram of rice. But it's fine, you just grab it. Really, that's it.
You know what we like the most? What we like the most is that the way the table is set up, it's like family. Like we're able to share one food.
Yeah.
And the same chopstick on the food. Yeah. I mean, not the same chopstick, but different chopstick. Different chopstick, but the same food. And I love how the table rotates, so everyone gets to share. I like the system.
A little bit.
So we don't have to pass it around like we do in America.
Just keep it going. Bro. Nope. It's trans time.
After a satisfying lunch, the young workers are led to a visit to further understand pandas and the work of the staff here. This is Panda Biology Exhibition Hall. There are hundreds of equipments in exhibition to show how scientists have treated the wounded or sick pandas. The team can also learn about pandas in a scientific way in this place.
So it shows us how we do the rescue job. So in the wild, so because now and the government we pay a lot of attention and a lot of job for the wild panda. When we find some ill one, we will call our colleague go there to check them. So they will go down to the village to find people to help them. If they want to go home, they will show the people their appearance. Different gestures of panda. This one is eating, that one is climbing, another one. That one is usually for the male one when they want more. We also have the black bears. Did you see the black bears? Take up all the sun. This one, there are 2 black bears named the Xiong Da, the Xiong Er. It's from the Chinese cartoon. So the behavior recording is very common job for the keeper. So we do this job every day. Today you spend half hour do this job. So some people told me, and we look at panda eating, how panda behavior. Yes, exactly. I want to show you the picture. So around there you can have a look. It's all of it. Okay, thank you guys. We finished.
Thank you.
It's always not easy to say goodbye. A short 2 days is definitely not enough to learn all about this endangered species, and it's certainly not enough to learn how to protect them. But it is long enough for this group of young adventurers from Brimmer and May to feel better about living. Goodbye, Panda Brimmer. Please live happily and healthily. And remember, we're with you all the time. Moving away from the center, they are now in the town called Jiezi. 1,000 years of history flows in the surrounding waters running across the town, trading the fading memory of an ancient society to the familiar modern world. Walking on the old blue stone road, the young travelers are enjoying a feast of spirit with a 1,000-year-old Chinese culture, and of course, a feast of a lot of traditional snacks. With a very joyful singing, the day ends in the charming nightfall of Chengdu. It is very early in the morning. Since they are now in China, the young travelers decided to live like the Chinese, take morning exercises, doing Tai Chi. Like what they say, the early worms get caught. The early morning exercises get caught by a Tai Chi master who has been practicing Tai Chi for 2 decades. After warm-up, the Tai Chi master would like to show them 1 or 2 tricks.
1、2、3，我轻一点，行吧？都可以了。
I felt that. It's like,
要不再1、2、3，完了啊！哦。I'm gonna catch you. 2、3。She's gonna go fly. I can feel it.
我不敢发。To make him to be like, you know,
like fall.
Yeah, fall under. He's gonna be like back to you.
Oh.
Yeah, yeah. So careful.
慢一点，慢一点。
Yeah, 慢点。So we do. Yeah, yeah.
对。那好，这个手过来掐这个地方，压。往上。对，用力，对，用力。看没有？正好，用劲，好，用劲，好，然后走。旋到这个地方以后，你好，你给他手，我压。
我先转一圈。小心啊，张老师。
那he about to do to you, man.
好。
哎，好呗。
Okay.
好，这样的我好，用劲。
Push.
Oh, yeah, that's exactly what I said.
Oh, try it. Okay.
You guys want to have a photo with 拿下。我们是1、2、3啊。1、2、3， punch。
Tai Chi is originated from Tao, Chinese native religion. The symbol of Tai Chi is composed of yin and yang, black and white, indicating 2 opposite sides of everything that can also convert into each other. This process of change is the only unchanging truth in the world, Taoism believes. It also believes in the balance of yin and yang, and the importance of dynamic harmony between yin and yang. How a philosophy of harmony and balance enlighten a martial art that is famous for its capture skills. This may remain mystical to the young students from Brimmer and May. But it never hurts to go visit a Taoist holy place, Cheng Mountain, and experience this training of Tao for a little bit. Laojun, the Taoist temple to worship Lord Laozi, the founder of Taoism, sits at the peak of Cheng Mountain at a height of 1,260 meters. The young travelers are going to challenge themselves by climbing up to Laojun.
落日如血染红天涯，留几许牵挂。缥缈山下何处可求仙家？远方，因果轮回凡俗世外，有人落寞，有人开怀，没有什么对错，应该不应该。一叶扁舟随风而去，心若定水已尽。谁能等风着急，真正胜过自己？脱胎换骨，看破玄机，傲视凡尘，心无所系。修仙之路莫道，比青天难行。昂首向前走，得与失之间会明白所有。痴痴的寻求，从天南顺风到木兰寒冬，剑锋划过长秋，飞升成仙的时空。有缘人能相遇，浩荡天地中。舟随风而去，心若定水已尽。谁能等风着急，真正胜过自己？脱胎换骨，看破玄机，傲视凡尘，心无所系。修仙之路莫道，比青天难行。昂首向前走，得与失之间会明白所有。
I'm good. We just went up the mountain all the way to the top, and it was sick. We got to see the temple and take beautiful photos, and see the little markets and the people on the street giving out food, and it was really fun. Yeah, I'm a little tired actually because it was a long walk up, but then the escalator thing was fun to do because we got to rest and see the beautiful view of all of China and Chengdu. We have reached the mountain top. It was really beautiful. We could see all the different buildings down below from the top, from the summit. And yeah, we had to take the glider thing to get up and walk a little more, about 60% more. Reaching the mountain could be definitely an achievement because it was a lot of steps, and I think some people struggled a bit at the beginning, but were able to get used to it. And it was fun, and it was a good exercise since we burned off a lot of calories. So to all my friends, this is gonna be more fun when we head to Beijing, and let's keep it all going.
After a hard but fulfilling race on the mountain, it's time for dinner. How can they miss the famous Sichuan hot pot on the last day in the city? It is said that there are more than 20,000 hot pot diners on the streets of Chengdu, a hard evidence of the Chengdu people's ardent love to this hot and spicy food. Hot pots emerging can be traced back to 1,900 years ago in Han Dynasty. In the long course of history, Chinese people's creativity never stopped with its very unique cuisine. Hot pot today has developed into 5 schools. Sichuan hot pot is the most famous one without doubt.
Yeah, that's mine. That's my potato. Pick that up. This good?
Yeah, regular meat. Do you want like bacon?
Tomorrow, they will get on a plane and go north to the capital of the country, Beijing. Arriving at Beijing, Team Brimmer and May's first stop is Mutianyu Great Wall. Mutianyu Great Wall is built in the Warring States period, about 2,400 years ago. It sits to the north of Beijing City, holding a very critical position in geological sense to protect the heart of State Yan, where Beijing City now is. It controls the passage from the city to frontier plateaus and links up to a powerful defense. However, on their way to this magnificent human wonder, the young travelers seem to find a more exciting project, sliding rail. They cannot wait to hop in it. There is a saying in Chinese, a man who hasn't climbed the Great Wall is not a brave man. The young travelers are now experiencing how it feels to be a hero. Finally, the young traveler's dreams realized in a happy screaming. Back from Great Wall, they are about to experience Chinese rural life.
You're so
Wait.
goodness. Okay.
You don't understand. W-A-I-T. I got it for 15 yen.
Oh, wow.
Tonight, the whole team is staying at Mr. Chow's farmyard.
So yeah, except the beds are really uncomfortable.
Oh, are they? I haven't even sat down.
Yeah.
Wow. Good for our backs. It's really good.
Great
It's
for
good
our
for our
backs.
backs. After a day at the Great Wall of China, we need that, right? Restorative.
We're ready to snuggle tonight. Yep.
Yes, I love it.
Best roommates ever.
Yeah, roommates.
Best roommate ever.
We're winning that contest.
We just told both of them, so
Yeah,
now
we
they're
told them.
pushing their beds together now.
Ah, it's per
Yeah.
yarn, but
We're
trendsetters.
Yeah, we're
Yeah,
trendsetters.
The thing that they are going to sleep on is called kang, a traditional bed made of mud and is hollow inside for firing to keep people warm in the cold winter night.
We're trying to get in.
Just unlock the door.
It was locked before. Whatever you want.
In your pocket. This?
It's bad right now, but in a couple months we're gonna be like laughing about how good of a time we had because it was so shit.
This little balcony became the best spot for them to cherish Chinese rural sight.
What? Let's get a little bit.
I don't like this. What the? Okay,
Yo.
It's not that serious, bro.
I don't mean touch your ass, but like, alright. All 3 nights.
You just slapped my ass.
All 3 nights.
It's like-
come on, bro. Alright, here we go, bro.
I don't know.
I'm not trying to do it. Yes.
We took a sick picture.
He said nothing. What did I miss?
You missed your dad. Your dad came all the way from America to visit you.
Why are you so mad? Because everyone saw your little ass.
Alright, Quentin. Alright, Quentin. Get in the corner with me. Can you tell me what happened first?
It was a fire shirt.
Right now? Put your hat down. It's like sticking up.
Like what?
Like
No, that's a good picture.
Like-
That's a good picture. Look at that.
that.
Screw off, dude.
So
Look
make
at
your
that.
head
a
look
good
bigger.
picture.
when it
One
was
more,
like
dude.
up.
Okay.
Okay, can you drop that to me?
Yes.
I need to put it on my snap.
放桌子上。
OK， 来 ，excuse me，this is the 豆腐，yeah， 就是
比较粗话。
没电了，等会儿通话。
I'm not eating it.
She's so mean. Just told her to leave.
Okay, I have a question. Why does everything money related have to be? Sarah.
It's like rural area. Use one of them. We used it to catch my phone.
After a rich and fresh home cooking dinner, the young students had a reflection with their teachers.
Okay. Before we start, I would like to extend our appreciation from when we started until today. Let's start today and go backwards. First of all, I appreciate LJ and Francis for getting my jacket back on my knee. I fell from that. So let's start with that, or you can double click. All right? If you appreciate, you double click or you clap. That's the rustic way of appreciating. Second appreciation is for David for making it up to that mountain. So that's half the fear conquered. He's on his way to conquering his fear. We are gonna encourage him, and he's on his way, okay? That's a step, so we should appreciate that. Alright? And third, Joseph for keeping things alive in the group, in the family. Let's hope in a positive way. And Sarah and Cal for being different from the group and making it to the other tower, tower number 7 or something this side of the mountain. That was a cool one. Well done. I think you're going to share the pictures with the chaperones, so please WeChat the pictures over that way. And let's go back to yesterday. I appreciate name. Neil. He's asthmatic. He didn't use his pump up that mountain yesterday. Well done. Alright? And for my buddy Kate, she's struggling every day on the bus ride, but she's fighting. So well done. And also, Danielle, the same thing. When the road gets windy, they get motion sickness. So that's why they're up the front all the time. And with the drivers doing the brakes and all this weaving on the highways and maneuvering, they get motion sickness. So they get that every day, but yet they're fighting. So appreciate you for that. And for all you guys, left hand, raise. Right hand, raise. Clap for yourself and make you far. Alright, the reason why we came to China. Why did we come to China?
To learn.
To grow.
Okay, what was the main reason for the trip? To see what?
Get out of the
Get out of the comfort zone.
Okay, very good, Alphonsus. That's the big picture. Well, what was the name of the trip?
Journey to the East.
Journey to the East and what conservation? Panda Conservation. Okay. Let me ask you. Do you guys understand pandas now?
Yes, yeah. Kinda.
Don't lie to me. I made a few notes. I'm going to ask you some questions.
I'll answer one.
Okay? Now we understand what they do.
Yes.
The key brings everybody to the top over there, right? Yes?
Yes.
You understand why they do it? Yes. Now do you understand why we should care?
Yes.
No? Who says no? Can you explain? Tell me more. They're bears. They're bears. Okay. All right. Okay. There's no wrong answer here. That's good, Alphonsus. Can you explain more, please? They're bears. Yes. So what about bears? Not my problem. Okay, who agrees with that? This is on the table. Let's talk about this. Who agrees with that? You agree with that? Who doesn't agree? Who doesn't agree? Oh my God. It's not. Can I make a point? No, I don't want to share. Okay. They're in danger. Why? They're in danger.
Okay, hold on. Alright. If we cared about every animal like they did about pandas, we would have like 100,000 whatever conservation.
Exactly.
Nature does nature.
Yes.
It's not our problem.
So, okay, let me ask you. What's endangered in the USA? Let me ask you this. What's on the US flag? What's the sign of America? Right, okay. Is America doing all they can to preserve it? No. Yes, it is. Do you know, let me tell you this. They tagged one, it flew from the United States all the way to the highlands of Fiji to lay an egg. The, homeland or whatever, came all the way to Fiji and tracked it, got that egg, and brought it back to the States. And you know when they tracked that eagle, you know what it did? It flew to New Zealand, picked up a little lamb, flew back to Fiji to feed the little sheep. Did you believe that? So America is doing its part. China is doing its part. But you look at it on the other hand. Look at the monetary value you get in China.
So what?
Monetary value. How many people visit in one day? Have you ever thought about it that way?
700 trillion.
It's a conservation, but also, on the other hand, they're cute. So people come to see them. Alright? So if you were trying to preserve a crocodile, would as many people come to see it?
No. Probably not.
Exactly, my point. That's my point. That's my opinion.
Animal racism.
Okay, I like that. That's your opinion upon it. I accept that. But everybody has their own opinion, and China is just doing its part because, listen guys, China is doing its part because it's getting financial revenues from it and everything else apart from that. Look at how many people buy those little toys. Everything of the little thing about those pandas, it counts. Paintings, fridge magnets, that's all money. So it works either way. It could be good, it could be bad. But for us, we did our part. We understood them now. Okay, so for you, it's a story to tell. Alright? But because you guys, when you guys are going to go back, this is what the school is going to ask you. So tell me about the pandas. What are you going to tell them? Oh, we just read them. Which school? Who? We tried them? That was it. Do you really know about their behaviors? Because that's what you were supposed to do. Yes. Now, if you want a true story to tell the school, you better start Googling. They eat a little bit when they walk, but they eat more than they walk.
Yeah, I did that.
How many hours do they eat? How many hours do they eat? 12 hours. Okay, fact. Good. How many hours do they sleep? Okay, which brings me to the point. How many hours in a day? 24. How many hours do you sleep?
How many hours do I sleep? Not 8.
Okay, what's the average hours in the sleep? 6. Let's say 8. 8 is average, right?
8.
Okay, 24 minus 8.
Somebody else do this.
16. How many hours do you go to school?
6.
Okay, include everything in the curriculum. 10. So 16 minus 10. 6. How many hours do you spend eating breakfast, lunch, dinner? 4 hours. 4 hours? So 6 minus an hour and a half.
Average 45. 4.5.
say 3. You'll have to be 2 hours. Homework. Yes, everything. That's it. So you have to be 2 hours. That's homework? Now listen to me. You're down to 0. You guys have no me time. Me time. The time you spend on yourself to.
Nothing.
Right? You get what I'm telling you?
No positive vibes.
Okay. How important is social media to you people?
Very important.
How important is the number of likes you get?
That's why that's important.
How important?
On a scale from 1 to 10, like, not.
Do you know where you're heading when you worry about the likes?
Depression.
You're worried about the wrong friends, the fake friends that are supposed to like you. And you are heading to social media stress. Facts. 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 Remember what I told you? The difference between life and school. Remember that. Remember what I told you about the first experiment. What was the first experiment? You listened to yourself. Yes?
Yes.
What was that? What voice was that? That is your inner voice.
Yeah, inner voice.
The inner voice always tells you the right thing to do. The brain changes it. Think about it. Take 10 seconds. Think about it. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That registered? Okay. Let's now come to getting out of the comfort zone. I told you pain is necessary. Yes? Everybody believe that? Yeah. You really believe that? Okay. But what I told you is just put your hand on your chest. Listen silently. What's going on inside your chest? Like silently listen. Tell yourself, I am the most supreme creation of God. Tell yourself. Say it. I am the most supreme creation of God. Now open your eyes. Believe it? You believe that? Yes. Okay, who is more supreme than a human being? God. And who created you? Okay, that's something for you guys to think about, alright? But from now on, start appreciating what's going on inside that chest. Start appreciating that. Appreciate the people that are around you. Please, I'm asking you guys. I never had anybody to talk to me like this when I was growing. My dad was bad, he was bad. I'm not going to talk about him, I'm not going to talk about my dark childhood. Because that prepared me for today. Okay? So every struggle that you're going through now, David is struggling, Paige is struggling, Alphonse is struggling, there are different struggles that you're going through. It is preparing you for your good positives. Word? Word. Everybody believe that? Okay? Remember, you are an arrow. You have to be stretched to the negative quadrant and to be released to the positive quadrant. Cool? There has to be negatives for the positives to arise. You have to have a sunset for the beautiful sunrise. You have to go through rain and storms to earn your rainbows. Word? Word. Everybody believe that? Yes. Okay, that's why I'm saying pain is necessary for you to grow. Okay? I want you people to appreciate this journey, appreciate this group of friends. You are never ever going to sit like this ever again. This is your moment. Live it. Do not come here just to make up the numbers or just to exist. Come here to live the moment. This is your moment. Own it. Cool? Cool. Alright? It's a beautiful day to be alive. Tomorrow is going to be a wonderful day. Take your left hand. Take your right hand and clap. And
Sweet dreams will certainly pay a visit to these young travelers at a peaceful night like this in the suburb that's far away from the urban noises. Just following Mao's strategy in the wartime, Team Brimmer and May is leaving the countryside today and marching into the urban city. They are finally seeing the landmarks of China, Tiananmen Square, and the Forbidden City. But there's a bubble tea shop. Bubble tea is always the priority. How can you go ahead and experience Beijing's culture without satisfying your stomach first? Going in the Forbidden City, the team decided to add a little competition to their trip. They are divided into 3 groups, and each of them receive their own task. Let's see if they can finish it in this ancient emperor's residence.
Okay, because over here there's something that says the 9 Dragons Tree.
Kevin.
Yesterday's good. We didn't come here to play patty cake. Come on, let's go.
What's the small time patty cake?
Oh, don't start.
It's actually called slide.
We are going to look for a clock next to the treasure house, or inside the treasure house.
now it seems not so important to fulfill the tasks. What is most important is their teamwork and the culture of architecture, an ancient palace like they have experienced themselves.
Oh, it's this one. But we do have that one, which is good.
No, I did not expect it to be so big. It is huge. Just like, if you just look at this garden up over here, this is huge. Only a tiny portion of the Forbidden City. And I'm super surprised about that. It exceeded my expectations. Pretty cool.
The experience has been good. I mean, it's cool to be in a foreign country. You don't know what you're going to expect. I mean, I was surprised. I got caught off guard. It's been a good experience so far.
Learned a lot from Big Bill. Nice TED Talk. Good stuff.
The experience has been great. I learned a lot of things, like I learned how to bargain, and I learned how to use chopsticks.
Yeah, learning how to use chopsticks. That was nice. That was cool.
Essential. It's essential.
Yeah.
This experience was different for me. Having to adjust to the lifestyle, having to adjust, people coming up to me and asking for a photo. I'd be like,
you got fans
every 10 minutes, but I like it here. Yeah.
I found a new look for green tea.
Fun. So the camera's not.
China's amazing. I have loved experiencing the food. I've loved experiencing the culture, but the best part for me has been the students. The students are really amazing, and I feel so grateful to be here with them.
I appreciate everyone's attitude toward this journey. Like, no one's complaining, everyone's very friendly, and we all learned a lot, and we all have fun together. I like that. Yeah. I felt everything is amazing.
Michelle Xu's home is in Beijing. Her parents Bill Xu and Jun Wu show perfect case of why China is called the country of property. They treat the whole team with the best Beijing cuisine. And a very special gift for every team member.
相距有多远？这一时间，我和你都被捕捉历史的画卷。在北京随处都是历史文化源远流传，一城一门一牌楼，都是故事激发。品一口茶香，听一曲京韵，你会爱上这种感觉。
Tasting various of Chinese food, from south to north, from dinner to snacks. It is probably a good time for the young adventurers to roll up their sleeves and learn how to make Chinese food themselves. Today, the team goes to one of the most famous chef schools in China, the New Oriental Chef School, and learns how to make dumplings, a traditional food that Chinese people love, especially in the Spring Festival.
Buy some milk tea!
It is time for the students in this cooking school to exercise basic skills. It is not hard to tell that behind every good dish, there are lots of hard trainings. The young travelers were entirely shocked by what they see and can't help to try it themselves.
I can't do one hand. Okay. And then.
Very good.
What she's got this working TV. This isn't food. Okay. Wait a minute.
Oh, it's so hard. I can get up.
As the students are going to do the next, the group starts their dumpling class after the basic skill training.
How come you barely don't have it? Much better than mine. Then how come you don't have it? I think you iPhone.
What is that? What?
Too big. Gotta get some gloves.
Hey! You fit? Yo, you.
老师做这个学生作业，现在给我。
Brimmer
And then you will keep.
Teacher Feng Yue Chuan from Chinese Pastry Department was invited to lead the session.
做一个自我介绍啊，我是来自北京新东方烹饪学校的钟点老师，我叫冯月春姓冯。
Okay, first let me introduce myself. I'm a chef cooker from New Oriental Cooking School, from the bakery department.
非常欢迎大家来到北京新东方学校来学习咱们的钟点知识今天冯老师给大家带来一堂生动课，是一个中国的传统食品，叫做什么呢？中国的水饺
Okay, today. First, on behalf of the New Oriental Cooking School, I would like to give all of you guys a welcome all of you. And first, I give you the first class is how to make traditional Chinese food. That is 水饺 dumpling.
首先，咱们来介绍一下这个水饺的主料主料用到面粉大概在500克水大概在280克左右。
First of all, that we know the raw material for making 水饺 dumpling. That is wheat flour, and rice, and then water.
配料当中，咱们有2种配料，所以说你用哪一种，你可以根据自己的喜好去搭配馅儿心配置好，
And the second step, that is filling, stuffing. One is pork and the Chinese onion filling. The other is leek and egg filling. So that's the second step.
好，剩最后一步，也属于咱们的操作技法，煮制浮起来即可，煮制飘起来即可说明它成熟了。
So imagine the dumpling, small one is on my hand, already finished for the closing, making in the shape of the half moon. The last step, put dumpling in boiled water.
咱们把它切下来一块。
You need to stick as tiny as possible. And put a little bit weight powder because it's too sticky. There are two ways to cut the small dough. One way is use hand. The other way is you can use knife. Everybody has? 他们桌上有刀吗？Like this.
然后撒上一点点干面粉。
And then powder again. Otherwise it's too sticky.
把这个小剂子弄圆。
And then make it as round as possible.
然后压扁。
It's easier and then press it. See, like a one-yuan coin, not bigger one-yuan.
拿出咱们神奇的工具擀棍儿。
And use a magic tool beside and the rolling pin to roll it. To roll it as even as possible.
擀成一个小小的圆片状。咱们放入馅心。
Put stuffing on the wrapper. See, around half size of the wrapper. Not too much. Too much you cannot close it. Not too large. Too large is not good taste. See, like a half.
对折。
And then fold it.
然后
fold it up.
捏住把边儿。
And then snip the edge. And then like this.
放在食指上。
And then put on the forefinger and thumb. Hold it.
念一个中国神奇又可爱的咒语，叫做“恭喜发财”。
Oh my God, the Chinese magic way of saying 恭喜发财 congratulations you for good fortune.
然后一个饺子就成功了。
And then the one dumpling is out.
Although they look very strange with bizarre shapes and different sizes, they have to taste good as nothing is better than what you made with your bare hands.
So good.
So good, and they have here some.
How eat?
他说他们自己包的忒美了，忒好吃了，我想。然后放你在这边，还有。
One, 2, 3.
It is the last day of the adventure. Souvenirs are not an option. Hongqiao Market is a nice choice for picking up souvenirs, but you have to learn how to bargain.
She said, I said 150. Then she was like, oh, I'm not giving you 150. No, but it's not the same. How much is it? 30.
I don't have
It seems the young travelers have mastered the art of bargain with full hands of trophies.
Yeah, I love it.
I got this for 50 yuan. I got 2 shirts. I got this. I got them for 100 each.
I got a Gucci belt. And then
I'm gonna walk up the street with this one on.
What is that? I got a fake Louis V belt. You can see here, and then here a Louis V bag, and then there's a Goyard. Paid 400 yen for that. You gotta
pay more than 400 else.
The last stop of this journey is the Temple of Heaven, where dynastic rulers used to worship the heaven and pray for a propitious year. The young travelers may not need to worship the heaven or worry about the prosperous year ahead. But standing at the point of convergence where the East and West, the past and the future, the tradition and the modern magically meet each other. They truly want to be grateful to the people who accompanied them in this wonderful journey. They say thank you to their friends from the bottom of their hearts, unconsciously practicing an old Chinese saying, "Be grateful to those who helped you, and try to repay back is the greatest thing in the world."
I want to thank Miss Bartone for keeping us safe while traveling through each city.
I want to thank Michelle for all of the help and guidance she has provided to all of us, not only in picking out milk tea, but in haggling, in buying things, in teaching us more about her home country and culture and customs, and she has done so kindly. And I look forward to continuing the relationship that we built back in school.
I want to thank April for being my partner to help others, to learn more about our country, our culture, and drinking milk tea for everyone.
I want to thank you, Marian. Be like so outgoing. Like she really brings us together. Like she never want to let anyone else like alone, and I appreciate that. Also, she did very good acting. Back to the market. So thank you for that.
You're welcome, Kat.
Thank you.
I want to thank Kat. I've known her for a while now. She's like one of my best friends, and she's also my roommate. I want to thank her for putting up with me in the room, and my concert, in the shower, and like for listening. Thank you, Kat. I love you.
I want to thank John for being really chill and also not throwing up on the plane, which would be kind of good. But yeah, you're a really chill dude.
I'd like to thank Dr. Reese for being a great youth leader during the big city thing and just being a super chill guy.
I want to thank Asher for contributing a salty little bit of dry humor now and again that made the trip more fun, for sure.
Yes.
I want to thank Neil for having a positive attitude throughout the trip and being a soldier.
I want to thank James for helping me with the translation and also for being a good friend on the trip.
I want to thank Lindsay for being very helpful to take pictures with with other people, which is sometimes which is very inappropriate, but he still take pictures with them, which is I feel very impressed, and yeah, I want to thank you.
I'd like to thank Carol for being very funny, entertaining, making this trip less boring.
There we go. I would like to thank Alex for his humor and being a good travel buddy.
Yeah, nobody stopped us. Want to thank David for letting us use his room at the hostel and going to sleep somewhere else. That was nice.
I want to thank Alphonse because he's had a huge influence in his bargaining and fashion on me.
Very huge. It's drippy, it's nice. I would like to thank Molly for letting me use her as a headrest on the 16-hour flight because I was pretty tired.
I'd like to thank Sarah for letting me hold her hand on the flight and for always making me laugh. I'd like to thank Kelly for being a great travel buddy. Great time.
I'd like to thank Tanina, Trias Lasagna, for they're gonna call me that now.
Did you say Tanina?
Yeah. For scooping panda poop with me. And for just, always being there to talk to, like whether it's serious or not. Very entertaining.
Facts.
I'd like to thank Cheng for dealing with me, even though I'd say like stupid things and annoy you, and sometimes occasionally hit you. You don't get that mad.
I like to thank Joseph for always entertaining me because we had a long 16-hour flight and a bunch of bus rides and it was really fun. So I just like to thank you.
As the night falls, the day ends in the warm friendship and a light sorrow. So is the little journey of the 19 young students from Brimmer and May School. Seven days is not long enough for them to understand the Chinese culture, which dates back to the ancient times. But it certainly shows them some of the very vivid parts of it. Diversity of species, magnificent human wonders, exquisite foods, mysterious religions, warm Chinese people, and their colorful modern life in this old country.
Brimmer and May has a very exciting program, which is really the hallmark of the upper school years at Brimmer and May School. It's called Winterim, 10 days of travel and experiential learning for students in grades 9 through 12 to travel around the world and have an opportunity to see how people live in other cultures and learn from other cultures during this 1 week to 10-day period. We work closely with Rustic Pathways, which is an organization I met during a conference, a Chinese language conference, and they were the type of organization that really believed the same way I do about getting students off the beaten track and learning about hands-on education and the importance of the opportunity that it gives each student to expand their knowledge and their understanding of cultures while traveling abroad, and to appreciate the opportunity that they have while traveling abroad and not take things for granted. This has been an amazing opportunity for the students to learn about rural China and urban China, to see the differences, to see conservation education at its base with the pandas, to make new friendships, to gain new memories and new insight into Chinese culture and history. And I think and believe that this has been a life-changing experience for all of them.
Hi kids, how's it going? Hope you're having a good trip. I know I am. I'm proud of you guys for all making it to the top, all 19 of you. That's great. No no complaining at all. You all listened to Big Bill and didn't complain. That's awesome.
Ladies and gentlemen of the Brimmer and May School, it's going to be a wonderful week that we're going to have together, and it's going to be a positive week. I want you guys to start applauding yourself, stepping yourself, and if anyone lags behind, I want you to pick them up, pull them up, say it's going to be okay, because we are a team and we're going to move together, we're going to struggle together this week, and we're going to be successful together at the end of the week. Everyone will have learned something during this trip, everyone would have grown, everyone would have faced their fears, everyone would have come out of their comfort zone and experienced life and on their journey, and I hope and wish you a very successful future.
May the journey to the East engraved in their memories and enlighten their future.
Try